friends, thanks for stopping by for a visit today. I'm LlamaMamaKayla, and I wanted to share with you today about Raynaud's and Scleroderma. As you can tell, and if you've watched my videos, you know that I'm missing 5 fingers, 3 on this hand and 2 on this hand. So in 2013 I started losing fingers, and we did not know why. Just all of a sudden my finger just started acting up, and it died. Basically, my finger died. It turned black and had to be removed. And so prior to that, and I had had no complications, no inkling that I had anything going on with my hands or feet. It was just out of the blue. It was like a real fast out of the blue type thing. And I do have a video of what happened to my fingers. I will try to link that, remember to link that below, but if not, you can just search my channel for that and it will come up. So anyway, this was a fast happening thing. Like one night my finger was tingling, the next day it's blue, and then it turns purple, and you know, I'm going to the doctor with it, and they kept saying it's going to get better, and then it did not. It got black, and it got very, very painful. The nerves in it were dying, and it was just so painful. So eventually I was diagnosed with Raynaud's after I lost a couple of fingers there. This was my first finger to go, and this was my second finger to go. So it was on totally 2 different hands. Very interesting, right? And so later I was diagnosed with Raynaud's. Okay, and then at one point, I don't remember which finger it was. Maybe this finger. I was in the hospital, and the finger was dead, and so they sent me to another hospital for some special tests that hospital could do that the hospital I was in could not do. So they took me, transported me to a different hospital, and they ran all the same tests over again, plus new tests that they could run, and they diagnosed me with Scleroderma. Now, I did not accept that diagnosis. You know, I'm stubborn, I'm hard-headed, and I know Scleroderma is not a good diagnosis. It can do lots of horrible things to your body, as I have now found out. But yeah, I didn't want to accept that diagnosis. I was just like, no, it's not Scleroderma. And you know, the doctors are like, you have Scleroderma. And so I just ignored that. But I was on all the right medications for Scleroderma: lupus, Raynaud's, Scleroderma, Sjögren's, all those kind of things just kind of run together, and you're on the same medicines for them. So anyway, I was on the right medications for it, but I still didn't want to accept it because, you know, I'm stubborn. But anyway, turns out I do have Scleroderma. I found that out when my Scleroderma hardened my esophagus over the last few years, and I think I got the official diagnosis in December that Scleroderma had hardened my esophagus, but and then I ended up with a feeding tube. But this video is not about my esophagus. This video is about Raynaud's and Scleroderma, and you know, dealing with that. So I just received a package in the mail, and that's kind of what prompted me to do this video, because this is kind of an odd thing for a woman to receive in the mail regularly. So, opening my box, I will show you what I got in the mail. And I just poured them out. A lot of times hunters will use these. I'm sure people up north probably use them, but people in Louisiana, hunters, duck hunters, you know, might use them. But anyway, they are hand warmers. So in this is 2 hand warmers. So you open this up, and it's this little sack. It's a little pouch-like thing. Not really cloth, but I don't know what you call it, but type of material that's not plastic, but it's not really like cloth either. And it's got this sandy feeling stuff in it. And so you just open this up and you have 2 packages then. And you just take those and you bend it up and shake it and all that. And that heats up and it creates a lot of heat. And so I have to use those for my hands all the time because my hands are cold and my feet are cold. But here's the thing, I'm a hot-natured person. Oh my gosh, I am so hot-natured. I cannot stand the heat. I can't even stand central air on because I can't breathe. I just can't take the heat. And so here I am, a hot-natured person with ice-cold hands and ice-cold feet. Yeah. And a lot of times I will wear a hat. And by the way, this hat is a crochet pattern by Little John Yarns. So I will wear a hat a lot of times to help hold in heat. And so try to keep my body warm because that is the biggest thing. I have to keep my body warm. And I don't want to be warm. I want to be cold. I want to be in the air conditioner. I want a fan on me because I'm hot-natured. So it's difficult. But anyway, these are lifesavers. I use these a lot. This works about for 10 hours. It's ready to use, air-activated, safe, natural heat. So I can put these in my pockets and put my hands in my pockets. I can put them in my gloves or whatever, but these are pretty much a must for anyone who has Raynaud's and Scleroderma that affects their hands and feet. So I wanted to share those with y'all, and so I thought I would share some other items that who knew I would ever need in my life, but I do. So I have to wear gloves because my hands stay ice cold. And it's not just that my hands get cold. My hands will get cold and they will turn white. Like no blood flowing through them whatsoever, white. And it's very painful, like excruciating pain where I'm just almost in tears because my hands or feet are hurting so bad. And there's just no blood flowing through my hands. I mean, they turn white, like more than ghost white. I mean, just seriously. And so it's like there's no blood flowing through there, and so there's just excruciating pain. And my feet do that also, and it's like my feet feel like just a block of ice. And when I'm trying to walk and my feet are just frozen like that, I mean, they're just white and there's no blood flowing through and they're ice cold and I'm trying to walk. It's like walking with my feet frozen in blocks of water, you know, just a block of ice on my feet. And so I know one day I had on flip-flops and we were in the kitchen and I said something, I don't remember what we were saying, and my son Dakota said, "What morgue did you go pick those feet up at?" And I looked down and my feet looked like they belonged on a dead person. I mean, honestly, it's creepy. So anyway, I have to keep my hands and feet warm to save them. So anyway, here's my gloves. I sewed these myself, and I'm not even a sewer, but I had to have gloves. Wearing gloves with those floppy extra fingers there just was in the way and was not working for me. So every year I fix me new gloves, and then over the winter or over the year or whatever, I lose them. So I've managed to hold on to this pair because this pair was actually in my go bag that I take with me when I go places. And so I try to keep these with me because you never know if you're going to be in a doctor's office or a restaurant or wherever and it's cold and your hands turn like white and excruciating pain. I need to get them warm fast, and so I keep gloves with me. And I like fun patterns because you know, it's a horrible thing to have to live with, so I try to just make it fun. as much as I can. So that's my gloves. I do have some black ones that I might could find if I put some effort into it. But probably I'll be picking some up at Walmart and, you know, cutting off the fingers and sewing them up. So that's my gloves that I wear. And a lot of times I sleep in these gloves. Especially if I'm in the hospital, I'll wear my gloves, but at night, you know, I wear my gloves also. The thing is, you can't have these gloves on and do anything touch screen, so that's out of the question. But the gloves are more important than looking at my phone or iPad or anything like that, tablet. The gloves are way more important than being able to do that, but it is kind of a bummer. So there's my gloves. Not only do I wear these gloves at night and such, but I also have a hand hat. I sleep with this. This hand is the worst. This hand is like numb. It's totally numb, and it gets cold super easy, and it is painful a lot. So this hand sleeps in my hand hat. And so I keep this on my nightstand, and at night when I go to bed, I put my hand in this and I sleep with it in there, try to keep it warm. And sometimes I'll have a glove on, a heat pad in there, and my hand hat. So I don't take this out of the house with me. It's only for the bed. So this stays at home. And also a heating pad. I have to have this heating pad in there. And so I'll have all this gear on, and plus my hand in this heating pad. And a lot of times I'll wrap it up like this, because and you know, I'll try to put both hands in there to keep them warm. But it's, you know, it's serious. Like, and it's seriously hard to get my hands warm when and keep them warm. So, and also, and I just finished this pair, so a fresh new pair of slipper socks. I have to keep socks on my feet. They, like I said, my feet will turn white, no blood flowing through them whatsoever, and it's hard to even walk. And so I have to keep some slipper socks handy somewhere. I mean, I keep them on, but I also keep a pair in my go bag in case it's a summer day and I'm off somewhere and my feet all of a sudden turn white. I need to get them warm quickly, and so I have to put some on, no matter what they look like, no matter what colors they are. But I like my slipper socks. I like that they go together, but they don't match, because that's fun. I like that. So anyway, I crochet these, and as a tutorial on my channel of how I crochet these. These are made in chunky weight yarn, but I also make them in a 4-weight yarn. So not only do I try, you know, keep my feet warm with those, at my desk where I crochet and sit and watch movies or whatever, I have my little heater down by my feet. So this little heater has to get going and warm my feet up. And you know, I might even use this in the summertime. You know, my feet are like ice cold. I have to turn this on to warm my feet up, because being ice cold like that, and when the blood's not flowing through there, it is, you do not know that pain unless you have that happening to you. So those are the measures that I take to try to keep my hands and feet warm. It is a struggle, and anyone who deals with that, I know that you understand, and you know how painful it is and how important it is. Now, I'm on medications for things like that. I've been on Viagra for years. Viagra is a vasodilator, and it's supposed to dilate your vessels so that blood can flow through easier. But I don't think that it helps. I've still lost fingers while on it. So, and I still have, you know, like major attacks where my hands and feet are just white and no blood flowing through and excruciating pain. So I really don't think the Viagra helps that much, and I have been on high doses of it, so much that I could not lift my head up off the pillow because I would throw up. Just sick on it, you know, but we were doing high doses trying to save fingers and stuff, and it hasn't helped. So, but anyway, yeah, that's Raynaud's and Scleroderma. That's a, you know, a chronic illness. There is no cure. There's just medications to try to slow down the process of autoimmune diseases progressing. There's not, you know, it's not a magic pill out there or a magic drug. And let me just tell you, don't bother sending me messages about essential oils that's going to cure Raynaud's, because they're not. Don't bother sending me, you know, gimmicks, because I'm not even going to read them, because I already know. I've been through that for years and years and years. People, you know, well-meaning, but it's also they mean well, I know, but it's also I don't want to say annoying, but it's hurtful when people say, oh, if you're not doing this, you know, or you need to be doing this, or like, and people put the blame off on you that you have Raynaud's or Scleroderma. That's pretty painful, and I won't even read those messages anymore. If I start reading something and it sounds like that, I just click right off of it, and I don't even finish reading it. I'm not going to waste my time on that. So anyway, anyone with a chronic illness knows how that is. You get all kinds of messages like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Or, my sister-in-law had that and this cured her. Well, I'm sorry, but it did not. I have a severe case of Raynaud's, and it is not textbook whatsoever. And, you know, when I'm in the hospital, they parade doctors through to see me, to see my hands, and things like that. So it's, you know, a very rare case, I guess you could say. But anyway, so that's it, and I just wanted to share with you guys to kind of do a little awareness about Raynaud's and Scleroderma. And if you have been having those symptoms and you didn't know what it was, you might want to mention that to your doctor, that you think you might have Raynaud's and you want to get checked out and find out. They have done ultrasounds, like when I'm in the hospital, or sometimes when I go for a doctor's visit, my hand is sitting there just like purple or white or whatever color it decides to be at the moment. They've taken me down right away to get an ultrasound of my hand, and they'll do the Doppler thing and run it through my hand and see where blood's flowing and where it's not flowing and stuff, you know. So there are things that they can do to diagnose it. But pretty much if your hand's turning white and it's hurting really bad, or if it's turning purple, or yeah, you have Raynaud's. Sorry. But, you know, I'm still living my life. This is not, like, dragging me down. I'm not, like, depressed or anything like that over it. So don't get me wrong. I'm living my life, you know. I crochet. Now, there are some days where my hands just hurt really bad, and it's hard to crochet. I slow down. I don't get as much done. I have to take breaks because my hands hurt. And I cannot use, like, a metal crochet hook. I have to have something on the handle of it so that I'm not touching metal, because metal gets cold, and I can't touch cold things. Like, I can't do the ice, you know, in the refrigerator. I can't touch ice, or when we go to the grocery store, I can't really get the cold things like milk and stuff like that, because I can't pick up cold things. I can't hold cold things in my hands. Like when I drink my tea, normally I drink out of a jar glass that has a handle on the side, and I hook this thumb in there and that helps me hold that handle. So I'm not really like holding the glass so much. I'm holding the handle with my thumb. So, yeah, whichever hand I hold it with, that's what I'm doing. And also, there's just, certain things that, like, getting clothes out of the washing machine, wet clothes. First off, they're too heavy for my fingers to pick up, but I couldn't be, like, holding the wet clothes and grabbing the wet clothes. It's too painful. There's things like that. Just I have to be careful with and just pay attention to. And, try to keep my hands warm. That's the most important thing for me, is to keep my hands warm and my body warm. But it's hard when you're a hot-natured person. That's hard to do. But it is a priority. So that's why I wear a hat sometimes in videos, is because I'm trying to hold in body heat. And I just wear a hat around the house a lot because I am trying to hold in body heat. So anyway, guys, I wanted to share that with you and just do a little educational video about Raynaud's and Scleroderma. I hope this brought some awareness, and I appreciate you watching, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye, guys.